0. There are also plenty of other cards that, when you're playing all these different stall cards, there are also plenty of cards that could arguably get the final countdown to your hand. While, yes, draw power does come at a premium, if your win condition is to not necessarily care about your opponent's life points, there might be some other cards that you can play that allow you to find this card faster, or, by means that no other deck would play a card like this, just because there's so many downsides to playing that card in a traditional deck, but in a deck that has an alt-win con, you don't care about that because as long as you see the alt-win con, you should win the game in theory. And so, Final Countdown is a card that when your opponent sits across from the table and that card gets activated, you know you're going to be in for one of the most miserable games of your life because the whole deck is just stall, 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 stun and stall. Make it so that the opponent is not able to do anything so that you waste 20 minutes of your life waiting for this Final Countdown card to resolve. So as a result, Final Countdown is not banned. You got it.
Okay.
Got it. I will say, though, this might blow your mind. This card is actually limited to 1, and it's still limited to 1 to this day.
I think that makes sense, though. It's forcing them to play good. You shouldn't play more than 1.
I guess that's fair.
What's the freaking point of... if you literally are able to build a deck that can stall as long as necessary, why would you ever want to draw a second one? Ever. No. That's just forcing...
if you need to see it in your opening hand...
to play right.
If you need to see it in your opening hand, there is an argument to want to see multiple copies. But to be fair, there could also be ways to, if you draw multiple copies of this card, you activate the first one, then maybe you can discard it for a card effect for something else.
Maybe.
Right? I mean, there's alternate use, but Final Countdown, it never saw competitive play, although there have been few instances of it doing somewhat well at lower tier tournaments. It's a very funny, very memey card, and that's kind of just where it sits. But it's still limited because we don't really want to have games where nothing's really happening. That's not
Sure, we don't. We don't want that. All right.
No, who would want that?
Okay, you scared me there. You made me think it's busted or something.
Why would I make you think that? All right, let's show you the next card.
Skill Drain. Pay 1,000 life points. The effects of all face-up effect monsters are negated. The effects of all face-up effect monsters. I need help. I don't know what that means.
So, any effect monsters that I've shown you, Dimension Shifter is a poor example because that's a card that doesn't really do anything on the field. It's just meant to be discarded. But think back to some of our previous videos where there is the Morphing Jar, for instance. The card that gets flipped up where you discard your hand and draw 5 cards. That's an effect monster.
Okay.
Any monster that just has any ability... While Skill Drain is face up, the effects of all of these types of monsters that have any ability whatsoever are negated.
Turn space, if you turn something that has a turn face up ability is negated, something that's an ongoing ability is negated.
Yes, anything that has any ability is negated.
Just basically text box, but stats, they can still attack.
Correct.
They can still punchy things.
Correct.
God, pay 1,000 life points? Well, obviously they know there's something about that that's good. It's got a heck of a price.
Not as much as Final Countdown.
Correct, but they sure as hell put a cost on something where everything is free.
You said you wanted to see some costs. I'm showing you some costs.
Yeah. Paying in life points is always interesting because life can certainly be a resource. Any place that the effect is good enough, paying life points doesn't matter if you're winning the game, because winning at 1 life is the same as winning at any other number. So I am guessing this is a very mean card. How mean is it?
Is there anything in Magic that just negates all abilities on the field of creatures in Magic?
Yeah, this stays on the... I was going to say, this stays on the board, right?
Correct. It's a continuous trap. You can see the infinity symbol on the top right there.
We have a few cards that take away specific types of abilities. They say activated abilities can't be activated, but that's not every creature has an activated. There are actives, there are passives, right? There are various different abilities. There are a few things that remove all of it. There is one, think of a card called Humility, is toxic as fuck. That card gets people kicked out of their game store. They get to keep their stats. Humility turns everything into a 1/1, which is extra embarrassing.
Okay. So it negates all their effects and they become basically nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There are very good temporary effects like this. There's a card called Dress Down that enters the battlefield and takes away effects of creatures for 1 turn, and that card is surprisingly good.
I will say Yu-Gi-Oh! Also has similar types of cards as well.
But yeah, this thing staying on the board and shutting things down, I imagine, man, it's tough because you could just play something that like removes or destroys the thing, right? I feel like I've seen that a few times. So
Potentially.
you still take punches. But I bet there are a lot of monsters whose whole like value is built into their effect. With this
Again, the Morphing Jar, if you remember.
Yeah,
that monster had pretty middling stats, all things considered.
Yep.
But it was for the effect. So yes, there are value creatures, in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just so I understand the scope, not because I'm saying this happens often, would this keep the dimension shifter from being discarded to do that effect?
So the reason for that is because Skill Drain only affects monsters that are on the field. Dimension Shifter activates in the hand because you're discarding it to the graveyard, and so it never actually touches the field, so Skill Drain doesn't interact with it. So hypothetically, you could Dimension Shifter and Skill Drain your opponent if you want to just make their life absolutely miserable.
Okay. Yeah, so like having to ask, it doesn't say like face up effect monsters like on the battlefield, but now you gotta ask.
Yeah, it's a wording thing. I mean, it's face up monsters would imply the monsters are on the field. So it only affects the field. The hand and the graveyard and the banished pile by extension are
Can I just say, I hate that they have all this extra room to put text in this box, and they still won't increase the font. Do they care nothing for us?
No.
I mean, this is how you end up with glasses that are way, insanely strong. I don't know how good this is. It seems good. Effects like this seem good, and the fact that this is ongoing and that you can try to build your deck around it, and that can be very painful for the opponent, but is it broken? Did it have to be banned? I get that it's annoying, but did it have to be banned? And if I stick to my theory, which has played out well so far, the cards that hated on spells didn't have to be banned. The card that hated on graveyard didn't have to be banned. This hates on the Blue Eye White Dragon, although, that's not a good example because it punches face. But it hates on really cool effects on really cool monsters. And that, I think, might be where they draw the line. So I'm going to try to keep the theory going that the monsters are the good guys. They want people to play monsters. And this always being legal in eternal format makes a certain number of monsters less playable, less appealing. I think the pay 1,000 life points is important because it might be a really good limiter on this, but I still think it's possible this was banned at some point, so I'm going to go with that. It's hard to tell how good it is, but I'm going to say that they like their monsters. This enraged too many people. It made monsters less good, and they banned it, at least at some point. So I'll go with that.
Final answer.
Yep, final answer.
So I think a lot of your assessment is correct. One thing you might have overlooked is that not only does Skill Drain make a lot of monsters really bad to play, but the inverse is also true, where Skill Drain does make some monsters good to play. There are some monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh!, and I imagine Magic might be similar, that have a really negative downside under normal circumstances. But Skill Drain, for instance, essentially flip that around and now make it a positive. So, for instance, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some cards that say it might have like a Blue Eyes White Dragon's worth of stats, right? It might have 3,000 attack, but it has the ability that says you can normal summon this card without tributing, but its attack becomes 1,000, let's say. With Skill Drain active, you can normal summon that monster, the effect is negated, and now it's back to being a 3,000 attack point monster. So all of a sudden, you now have the ability to just play giant guys to the field for free, and Skill Drain becomes an upside because it's an enabler for your deck, allowing you to do that, where otherwise these cards would basically be unplayable. Skill Drain is a card that over time, that was how Skill Drain was used back in the day. There were a lot of cards like this that Skill Drain essentially made good while simultaneously making it so that your opponent's value cards, such as Morphing Jar, etc., it made them completely useless because now you're just playing a guy that has no stats and my guys are all bigger, so I'm going to win the game. So we call these decks Skill Drain beatdown decks, or like Skill Drain aggro decks, if you will.
Sure.
But over time, Skill Drain became more and more toxic just because the effects of monsters became increasingly more powerful and became increasingly more prolific as more effects were being thrown around every single game. And so anytime Skill Drain got flipped, it was just really frustrating to play against because now it's like, oh, all of a sudden, all my monsters in my deck just don't do anything, and I'm just going to lose because this card gets flipped face up. Similar to what I was explaining with Anti-Spell Fragrance, there is a world where you can play your entire turn out, do everything you want, and then set Skill Drain face down. Your opponent begins to take their turn, and you can just flip Skill Drain in response to them activating an effect. Now all of a sudden, their entire turn is just going to get skipped because they only have monsters in their hand that have effects that need to be activated on the field, and it's basically just game over. And so, incredibly frustrating card to play against. Everyone can empathize with the face on this card, and that's basically what it feels like when Skill Drain is active, but it is not banned. It has never been banned in the TCG. It's been all over the limited list. It's been at 3, at 1, at 2, and it seems like every list they change where this card is because they just can't make up their mind. It's, I believe, at this exact juncture at 1 copy, but it's still very annoying even just at 1 copy. People just want this card gone just because it's very unhealthy.
Interesting. I'm learning that at least the rules, the people making the bans may have a thicker skin than I expected.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. I think this one might be, I don't know if it's the most interesting, but it'll be interesting to hear your assessment of this one.
Wind Up Hunter. A level 3 monster? It's the smallest monster I feel like I've seen today. Attack is 1600, defense is 500, tiny booty. Whoa, oh, okay. How big is that? Again, 8,000 is your life?
That's a fifth of your life, 1600.
That's really big.
Remember I told you the baseline for summons of monsters, if you're trying to, like, attack in for a normal summon as well, baseline is, like, anywhere from, like, 1,800 to 2,000. That's considered, like, good stats. Okay. So 1,600 is fair stats. It's fair.
Well, I guess this is the first I think I've seen of a level 3. Because up to level 4 is free, so why would you play a level 3? I bet if I read the effect, I'll understand more.
Or not.
You contribute 1 face-up wind-up monster, except Wind-Up Hunter. Let me read this again. You contribute 1 face-up wind-up monster, except Wind-Up Hunter. So send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. This effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. So you can sacrifice a wind-up. What is a wind-up monster?
So, Wind-Up Hunter is part of the Wind-Up archetype. We call them archetypes. So, similar to how Magic has colors, cards in Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially as the game progressed, got grouped into archetypes to incentivize people to play cards in those specific archetypes together. They typically synergize together. So, a Wind-Up monster is any monster that has Wind-Up in the name. So, for instance, there's Wind-Up Magician, there's Wind-Up Shark, any of these Wind-Up cards, because they're all supposed to be Wind-Up toys. Any of the cards with Wind-Up in the text box of the
I'm
title
dumb.
of the card.
I was supposed to get rid of the last, not let
And I'm
alone.
guessing there's a lot of them.
There's enough to build a deck with just those cards, yes.
So they'll probably do a number of things you need your deck to do. So you can sacrifice 1 of these face-up thingy-majiggies to send a random card from hand to graveyard. Is that good? You can play the thing, you can punch the face. I don't know, man. You can't do it. You have to do it with something else that's on the field. If you just play this, you can't do it. That doesn't seem that good. So what we're missing are probably things that you would want to die for whatever reason. Maybe spells that bring them back out of the graveyard to the battlefield so that you do a thing and then get something back right away. And I feel like I'm missing something with this card. It seems like a lot of work to make it happen. Maybe not as much as I think, but you have to have this out, and you have to have another thing out. It does some attacky effect, then you pitch it, you get a random card. How bad is that? There's gotta be some synergies. There's gotta be something that I'm missing of the thing dies and then you draw, but you also get a random card from the opponent. Some kind of a value thing like that. So if you're doing that, then this card becomes fine, and maybe that's why you play a level 3, but is that still not insane? That's obnoxious. And I remember the card I got the most wrong in our first video was that thing that emptied the hand, and you were like, it's no big deal, the card's terrible. So how good is it to hit a random card giving up your own? thing. I'll need my mind blown. I'm seeing this as, like, in Magic this would be a good card, but just kind of seems slow and unexciting here. Like, I could see sacrifice strategies where you would want to be using this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. How often can you do this? Beast Warrior effect. What does that mean? Every turn you can do this?
Yes. It says. Well, actually, it says this effect can only be used once while this card is face up.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yes.
But only
you can only
once
use it
for
once.
the whole time?
Yes.
Why did they... Okay, why is this one of the most toxic cards? What is the case where this
I
is
could be
the
baiting
most toxic card? You could be. So,
like with Vengeful Bog Spirit,
You could be baiting me. I'm trying to make the other case.
Okay.
And it basically revolves around the thing that you're sacrificing, the thing that you're tributing, has to be good for you. The fact that there's a keyword for it, you can tribute. This means that you guys all already know what tribute is. The first time I've seen it. But you guys all know what it is. So it's on a bunch of cards, I think. So there's got to be, like, a
what
strategy.
Is.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is it? That's how you cast, like, level... Yeah, because that's also how you cast, like, level 5 and up monsters. That's what you're saying.
Correct, yes. So instead of, summoning a monster, you're just sacrificing it to the graveyard to get this effect instead.
I still think... it still just feels like you're tying this into what you're tributing and how that's good for you and not bad for you, because it seems very meh. And it can't be this. This just seems like a role player. I don't think this had to be banned. This doesn't seem broken to me, and I'm confused why it's on the list. So I'm sure there's something I'm missing, maybe a way to, like, duplicate its effect and really nail their hand. But since the last time I picked a card that made people discard their hand turned out to be bad, and I still think that card looked a little better than this, which I'm probably getting roasted for, I'm gonna say this wasn't banned, and I don't think it's that scary.
Idle answer? Oh, CGB, let's talk about Wind Up Hunter. Alright, so what if I told you that this card could rip every card out of your opponent's hand on the first turn?
Then there's definitely things I'm missing here, because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Sure. I think this card's going to teach you a lot about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Has evolved as a game. You obviously know that, you have your normal summon, you get some extra special summons here and there. This card was released, I want to say, early 20-teens. I think it's 2010, 2011 era was around when this card was released. And this card enabled what was known as the Wind Up Hunter hand loop. So, how this worked, as you see on the card, it says this effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. However, now that I think about it, this card was actually released later. This was like mid-2013, I want to say. I think it was 2013, now that I'm thinking about this historically. So, how this would work is... Basically, the wind-up archetype was very good at special summoning many monsters to the field. I mentioned cards earlier such as Wind-Up Magician, Wind-Up Shark. These cards have effects that allow them to very easily special summon other wind-up cards to the field. As a result of that, it was very easy for Wind-Up Hunter to have fodder on the field in order to sacrifice to rip a card out of your opponent's hand. From there was an easy loop that the deck had to put the Wind-Up Hunter in the graveyard, and then Wind-Up Rat, another accompanying card, was able to resurrect the Wind-Up Hunter, and since it was a technically new copy of Wind-Up Hunter that hasn't used its effect yet, you could then tribute off another Wind-Up card to hit another card out of your opponent's hand, and effectively could repeat this for every single card your opponent has, and then pass the turn to them, and they start the game with one card in hand, and they basically lose the game. As such, this card is very banned, and has been very banned for quite some time, and is still on the ban list today.
The problem isn't the cards that get it back. The problem is this card. Okay, yeah. I guess this is a rarer effect then. Yeah, there's a lot of context there I'm missing. Sure. I'm like, what? Okay. So I need to sit down and have somebody Wind Up Hunter me down to, like, one card on turn one so I can really understand everybody's feelings here.
Yeah, just not a very fun card to play against. And I believe they also did ban one of the other pieces for the combo as well. Even without Wind Up Hunter, the deck was still quite good, just because it was able to amass a lot of resources very easily. So they, I believe, banned, and it may be limited at this point, but they did ban another piece of that deck as well. So they did ban one of the enablers too. But this, without the Hunter, at least the opponent could play the game, was kind of the theory behind it. So Very, very annoying card to play against. As you know, just having your hand in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so important just because that's our resource. We don't have anything else to work with. And getting hand looped for 5 on the very first turn is not particularly fun.
Was this common? Like, is this
was a common
thing?
This was a common card.
Okay.
Oh, common is in
in tournament?
Common in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah. Was this
100%.
very doable? Okay. All right.
This was the best thing you could be doing during this time.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Well, I can see how that could be annoying.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Speaking of which, I talk about how the wind-up archetype was so good at special summoning monsters. Only a few cards left. Let's see what you think about this card.
Card's like my horoscope for the day. Vanity's emptiness. Tramp card. Neither player can special summon monsters. Destroy this card when a card is sent from the deck or the field to your graveyard. Destroy this card when a card is sent from the deck or the field to your graveyard. So if
go through your mind.
If the opponent, if they go to special summon a monster, do you just flip this over and say, no, you can't?
So it depends on how the monster is attempting to be special summoned. Let me try to clarify here. Some monsters have an effect that says that you activate the effect, your opponent has the ability to respond, and then if they don't have a response, you special summon that monster to the field. In that instance, if they activate the effect to special summon that monster, you would flip the entity's emptiness in response. The chain resolves backwards, emptiness is active, so they're not allowed to special summon, they keep the monster in their hand, or graveyard, or wherever they're trying to special summon from. There are other types of monsters that can be special summoned. I believe, if you recall from our very first video, do you remember the Cyber Dragon?
Maybe?
It was a 2100 attack point monster that said if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card.
Oh, yep. Okay, yeah.
So that is not a effect that activates to summon. That is just the condition to which the monster can be summoned. So you can just slap Cyber Dragon down on the field, and there isn't a window to activate Vanity's Emptiness beforehand. Now, you could flip Vanity's Emptiness at the start of your turn to prevent them from special summoning that Cyber Dragon altogether. But you don't get a window to do it in response. So you'd have to decide to do it proactively in that exact scenario.
I have to figure out how important special summoning monsters in that activated way kind of is, or how good this is to play in, I guess, what we call more slow motion, where you put this out and then turn it face up, so in the future they can't special summon monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to figure out how inconvenient is it to destroy this. Because when it goes to the graveyard, it's just bye.
I'd be forgetting about that.
There's a way out, too, if you need to special summon stuff. Do I stick to the philosophy that
How's that been going?
Cards that screw with your monsters are bad, and cards that screw with your spells are good. It's so hard to understand how big a part of a game that is. Like, there might be whole decks that can't do what they need to do because of this.
Remember, Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything's free.
Sending something to the graveyard can't be too hard. Like, any monster that's out there, you can just punch it and it dies. But now I'm starting to learn that there are things to do besides monsters based on today's video. And other ways to get around these things. I mean, it seems like special summoning, it probably has a very big place in the busted things that can happen, and maybe some of the more busted openers. And this is a countermeasure to that thing. It does go away rather easily, but that does mean you can free yourself from it so that you can do monsters, that you can special summons. Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of broken on this one. My brain is shattered. I'm learning many of the different things that exist in the game, and I'm learning that there is counterplay to it. Counterplay is important for any game to survive, especially one that's an eternal format. So if this is bad, it's probably because there are better ways to achieve it, or because special summon isn't very good. Based on things you've told me, I don't think that's the case. It sounds like it's gotten better in recent years, is the impression I've been getting. So this card probably plays a bigger role. Does that mean they had to ban it to make special summoning monsters that do a million things when they enter even better and better? Maybe, but it's also like the safety valve. You need to be able to have a safety valve so that you can print a bunch of monsters that do better and better and better stuff. So, I mean, it seems like a good card, but it doesn't seem to me like it has to be banned. Maybe if they're really pushing the special summoning thing, but then they could just restrict it, and it sounds like that's been the answer to a bunch of things. So I'm gonna say it is not banned, but it's good. That's my final
answer.
Yeah, that's my final answer.
So on release, Vanity's Emptiness was really interesting because it's a card that no one really cared about, especially because it had a reciprocal effect that prevented you from also being able to special summon, but also the fact that it just goes away if any of your cards are sent to the graveyard, which means your opponent immediately now gets extra value being able to 1-for-2 any of your cards because the Vanity's Emptiness is going to be taken away with it. Also, in earlier Yu-Gi-Oh!, spell and trap removal was a lot more prominent, I would say, compared to modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, just because traps especially still had a pretty significant role in the game. And it wasn't that difficult to deal with a card like this. And so it actually took a few years passing for people to realize the power and the true potential of this card. Similar to some of the other cards I've talked about in this video, such as Anti-Spell Fragrance and Skill Drain, Vanity's Emptiness is a very unhealthy card because as the player going first, you could do a bunch of things during your turn and then just set Vanity's Emptiness face down. Your opponent starts their turn, you immediately flip Vanity's Emptiness up, and similar to like with Anti-Spell Fragrance, that half of their hand is turned off because half of their hand is spells, the same thing is with Vanity's Emptiness, except with this, it's in the instance of being able to special summon monsters and really do anything to fight back against what your opponent did during their first turn. There were some cards that existed that could protect Vanity's Emptiness, so that way it wasn't able to be destroyed by the downside, and people tried to find ways to lock their opponent with Vanity's Emptiness as a result of that, which made it even more toxic, because then it was really hard
pretend
to
I activated Mama.
If they were even able to in the first place.
I just declared
Sometimes
level
if the
2
opponent
like an
opens a
idiot or
hand and they
something.
just don't have any way to deal with anything.
I mean, honestly,
Vanity's Emptiness is
preventing them from
and
milling
then
any
when your
further,
turn would come back around, as the turn player with playing with Vanity's Emptiness,
good.
you would just attack with all the monsters that you played on your first turn and just kill them. So the game would just be over. So this was essentially an equivalent to a turn skip in Yu-Gi-Oh! More often than not. A very, very just frustrating card to play against, and I don't want to say quickly, it actually took quite some time for Vanity's Emptiness to get banned. It went from 3 copies down to 1. It was at 1, which was arguably even more annoying, because if they drew, like, the 1 copy, then you're just like, oh, great, they drew the 1 copy of Emptiness, I just lose the game, it's a non-game for no reason. And then people were cheering in the streets when this card was finally banned, because this card was so frustrating to play against.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I have a timing question. You said you can turn it face up at the start of the opponent's turn, so they don't get an opportunity to special summon. You can turn this up before they have that chance.
Correct. You can activate this in their draw phase or their standby phase before they go to their main phase 1, before they have the ability to start playing those cards. So, yes.
Okay. Gotta remember that.
And that really adds to the strength of this card, plus several of the other floodgates that we looked at.
I don't know. Like, the way we talked, I got in my head that they could do whatever that.
Oh, they get an action first.
Yeah. I got in my head that they could have played that special summon the dragon that you were mentioning for free.
Would that have altered your decision, though?
Maybe not. Okay,
I'm serious.
I'm not surprised it's restricted at all. I guess, it's hard to tell how much it had to be banned, but apparently people hate it. So, okay.
Let me actually think of this card.
It's a Mystic Mind. Look at this art. Look at this dual art. Alright, spell card. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, your opponent cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack. If you control more monsters than your opponent does, you cannot activate effects or declare an attack. Once per turn during the end phase, if both players control the same number of monsters, destroy this card. So if I just don't play monsters, you're boned? That's what I read. Is that a viable strategy? Can I run that?
I don't know, maybe we saw a card earlier in this video that you were ragging on.
They do not want to encourage this. They don't want to encourage this. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, yeah. But is this the problem? See, it's spell card. Spell card stays on the battlefield. Can you, it seems like there are effects out there that destroy spell cards.
Yes. I will give you some context. I don't think I have shown you... I think I showed you in the very first video. This is a field spell. So the field spell is a continuous spell that stays active on the field until something interacts with it, or in this case, it destroys itself, potentially. The field spell is a zone that's in the top left corner of the game area. It's just like a card... It's a zone just designated for these types of cards. Back in the old days, if you play... It kind of had a little bit of a legend rule where if you played another field spell, it would destroy my field spell, but they did away with that midway through the game's lifespan. So now it's just like an extra zone to have a special type of card.
This card's great. I love this card. Good, fun, honest gaming right here. And I imagine...
Weren't you the one saying that interacting with the opponent is good?
And from a game design perspective, there's only one way to play card games. You take all the hard work, research, development, play testing, and effort that a company has put in to making a fun, interactive game, and you break it. That's the only way to do it. And you do it at your friend's expense. And you make them miserable, even though they've tried not to let this happen. They had, there was the one thing they didn't want to happen. You try to make that happen. You just break the game. You make it be exactly what they didn't want it to be. This card is, that. It's a piece of that. And
there's a card that you ever could have dreamed of making for Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is what I imagined it was.
Yeah, they know. They know. They know that there's 10 to 20% of you are sickos like me, and that you don't want to play by their rules. You want to make your own rules. It doesn't help if there are combos or ways to do direct damage, like you said, a burn deck. It does buy time if you are that burn deck. It makes the opponents run things that would destroy the spell card on the field, which I'm not sure how common of an effect that is. I'm also not sure how much, you can play cards that protect this or get it back.
I will say that both exist.
It doesn't seem like... So my experience with these type of cards is that they don't have to ban it. They just have to print more ways to remove it. Because it's an ongoing thing on the field, and if you play this and you're expecting it to protect you, and they destroy it and then hit your face, oops, get fucked. That's what you get. So I'm going to say it's not banned. If it is, it's probably because there's so many ways to protect it that opponents literally see this hit the field and look at their opponent's hand or 2 trap cards down or something and just say, well, forget this. And they flip the table and they baby rage out of the building. And you know what? That's fine with me. So I'm going to say this is a good, fine, healthy card that is not banned.
I can't tell if you're just, fucking with me or not, but I guess we'll find out. I don't think you are, actually. I don't think you are. And if this is, engagement bait for the video, I'm all for it. So let's talk about Mystic Mind. So this is a newer card. Mystic Mind was a card that, on release, it's actually exactly as you said. People figured out that, this is an incredibly good stall card for burn decks, because if you're playing a burn deck, you're typically not playing any monsters. They might play, a couple, for instance, Morphing Jar, just to refuel their hand if they need to. But for the most part, burn decks could get away just fine with playing no monsters. And this was an incentive to not play a single monster, because why would you when you could just stop your opponent from playing the game completely outright? And there are plenty of burn cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Singular burn cards where you only need one copy of it, that over time it would deal more and more damage. So it's not like you needed to just see more cards, you just kind of need to see the correct cards or the critical mass of cards that would just kill them. That was how Mystic Mind started. Now what happened was, this was a deck that, it wasn't ever the best deck ever. It was really annoying to play against, and as a result in tournaments, people started to side deck more spell and trap removal to deal with Mystic Mind. The Mystic Mind deck, however, did play cards to protect the Mystic Mind, to make it even more difficult for the opponent to out. More often than not, people would only play a couple of cards to deal with Mystic Mind, so as long as the Mystic Mind player had enough of the ways to protect it, then the opponent had outs, then it was basically just the game was locked up. It was over. And to be fair, some people liked that. It was kind of cool for, 20 standards for people to say, oh, hey, a burn deck is viable in Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? It's like you said a couple videos back. People just love to hear, mill is viable or burn is viable. I don't know what it is. It's just, it tickles the TCG itch, I suppose. What ended up happening, though, with Mystic Mind, it was annoying, it was around, it was neither here nor there. What happened, though, was that good players started to look at Mystic Mind and thought to themselves, well, what we could do is, our opponent goes first, they play some monsters, and they just, pass the turn. on our turn, as long as we can make sure that this Mystic Mine is going to resolve, that they don't have any ways to counter it or interact with it to destroy it, at the time, people weren't because the best things you could be doing didn't care about destroying spells and trap cards. People just weren't playing those cards, or if they were in the form of a monster effect to destroy the Mystic Mine, which Mystic Mine would prevent from happening already.
Right.
These good players figured out, let's just play Mystic Mine, we go second, not choose to go second, but they have it in their their hand or deck going second. I'm going to activate Mystic Mine against the opponent. They don't have a single out in their deck, and they're just going to deck out. We're just going to draw pass for 30 turns, and the game is over. And that is when Mystic Mine started to become incredibly toxic, because the game got to a point where it's like, okay, now if my opponent's going to play Mystic Mine against me, I need to have cards in my side deck to deal with the Mystic Mine, and then if I don't, then it's just it was just an absolute mess. And so when that game started, then players had to figure out, okay, I need to find a way to kill the opponent in 3 to 5 turns, just drawing a path in turns, getting enough cards in my hand. Okay, I can disable the Mystic Mine myself, and now I can just go and kill you just straight out, just because I have enough gas in my hand to just take you out. As a result, this card was fucking miserable to play against. This card was awful. This is arguably, if there's like a top 3 most toxic cards in Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is probably in that list. And it took a while, but finally, this card got banned.
Yeah.
I take back what I said. Pathetic. Come on, man. There's so many ways to deal with it. Just give your opponent some creatures.
Just because a card has an out doesn't mean that card should be in the game.
Come on. Dig through the binder. There's got to be something back there that gives your opponent like 3 1/1s or like 3 babies or something.
So the Mystic Mine bird deck would give the opponent, there were monsters that you could give to your opponent to just immediately activate the Mystic Mine.
Dude, get good. That's what I gotta say. Get good. This card is okay. Good, awesome, honest gaming.
I thought you were going to do better than Raren on that one, but apparently not. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Community might want to reject you after your thoughts on that one. But in any case...
If they ever unban this, you're in trouble. I just want you guys to know that.
You might actually play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, Max...
Right, this is the video where he showed, where he revealed Mystic Mine for the first time to this guy.
It's a monster, I guess? It's an insect? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Attack 500, defense 200. You can activate this effect during either player's turn by spending this card from your hand to the graveyard. This turn, each time your opponent special summons a monster, draw 1 card. You can only activate this once per turn.
You got quiet for this one.
What the hell is this? You can discard it. It doesn't have this effect on the field.
It's similar to the Dimension Shifter, where you just discard it from your hand to the graveyard.
If it's on the field, it's just a 500 attack, 200 defense thing that you can play for free. None of this other effect can happen. Like, the whole line is irrelevant if this just is on the field.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So it's basically a spell. It's like a spell in Magic. Just put it on the stack and it goes to the graveyard and get an effect. Like channel or cycling. Okay. Each time your opponent special summons a monster, draw 1 card. How many special summons are we doing? The only way this is good is if there are really easy free ways to get it back, like, over and over and over, so that you can do this with every single turn. Somebody is taking a turn where they special summon a lot of shit.
Okay.
And then even if they do, I mean, you can draw a lot of cards from that. That's nice, but if they're doing that much stuff and everything has haste, are you just way far behind? I don't get it. Like, it seems so... Why would you show this to me if it were as narrow as it looks? Because it seems like it's just going to be, and I draw 1 card. So there's got to be a way... It's an insect. I'm guessing there might be other insects. What would an insect be like? Would that be the kind of thing that happens over and over? Bugs are persistent. There are a lot of bugs. Spawn and make more bugs. There's lots of them. So maybe like there are
he's straight up just yapping because he straight up just doesn't know how to
discard like multiples of these and
to evaluate this card.
Okay, so if you have like 3 of these in your hand and you discard all of them and they special summon 2 things and you draw 6 and now we're cooking. And I don't know, man. This is so ridiculous. How do you break this? How do you break this?
Well, I don't want to put a hole in your plan, but you can only activate one Max C per turn. So
only one. Wait, if you have multiples of this, you can still only do one.
Correct. The card says you can only activate it once per turn.
So this is potentially awesome if there are significant portions of the meta doing a lot of special summoning, but then it is just kind of a punish measure. It doesn't stop them from doing the thing. So the only thing I can think is if there is like a free way, like a lot of cards that just return this to your hand so that you can do this every single time with the same Max C. Like a free way of getting it back and just making it accumulate resources over time.
He predicted Draco Tail, guys.
See? I don't know if that exists. If it does, this card is probably cooking, and if it doesn't, I'm looking at a bad card, because this is narrow in a lot of ways that it doesn't seem like it's generically good. It's not generically terrible. I bet you can, like, draw a card off this every game, and then if you're in the right matchup, maybe you can draw multiples. Maybe that's good enough to play on a phone, but I would hope there are better uses for a slot in Yu-Gi-Oh! And a turtle format, then maybe I'll draw 2 off this sometimes. You said card draw is kind of a premium, so maybe it's better than I think it is, and maybe special summons are more common than their name would indicate.
He's almost there, guys.
Banned, though. It's draw a bunch of cards, and that's if the opponent plays into it. You know, you're gonna why would you show this to me if it weren't banned and there weren't some funny loop that's making you laugh your ass off at me right now? But I don't see it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm assuming that's what I'm doing. I'm assuming that's what I'm doing.
It's that, or you're just testing reading comprehension, of which I have little anyway.
Hey, I do too. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
I don't like evaluating this one. I don't feel like I can win no matter what. I feel like I'm just gonna find out. I'm gonna learn something anyway. So let me get right to it. This card wasn't banned. No. This card's not banned.
Where are you at on how good or bad this card is?
It's contextual. It's
in a vacuum. I know it's contextual.
I'm going to learn something important. No matter what, at the end of this, which is how often and how many special summons happen, Vanity Express here, Vanity's Emptiness got banned, which tells me at least something about that. They ban a card that said, no, you can't do this. Would they need to ban a card that says, I draw a bunch of cards if you do this? Also, you're kind of in some level of control. My understanding is if they send this to the graveyard and you look at your hand and you're like, well, maybe I don't play all 4 special summons, but I'll play 1, and it's not that bad. How screwed are you waiting a turn to do that? So that's why I said getting this back and doing it multiple times is the busto. But I don't know if that's even reasonable.
You think this card's mid?
It's definitely good. It has the potential to be very good.
Okay.
It has the potential to be very good. I'm going to learn a lot about the circumstances of your game, and that's going to inform a lot of this. This has the potential to be absolutely busted if an effect that says draw a card whenever an opponent does a thing that is a game mechanic, if it is something that happens all the time, if there were a card in Magic that said draw a card every time they untap a permanent, that would be busted. You know? So
Magic doesn't have cards like this, is what you're saying.
They have things that let you draw a card when people cast a spell, but there's usually a way out of it or around it, like paying a cost, of which you don't have any.
Fair point. I'm curious. Okay. All right, so Maxi. You said earlier, I noticed you said something without realizing how funny it was at the time. You said how you feel like you can't win either way, and that is the dilemma that Maxi presents upon the player. Similar to a lot of cards we've discussed in this video, Maxi's interesting because it's a card that on its initial release was pretty innocuous, and it was considered a fine card, but it was nothing that people were just flocking to as this is the best card of the set by far. Maybe the most divisive card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! The reason for that is special summoning, as the name would not suggest, is actually way more important to the game than normal summoning, and especially since you can do it as many times as possible. You would think that they would call that normal summoning, and they called it normal summon special summon, but we're not here to argue about semantics. So, when it comes to Maxi, here's the dilemma you're basically faced with, and this might give you some context. So recall back to the example that I was describing with the wind-up hunter, and how the wind-up deck in particular is able to special summon a bunch of cards and then ultimately rip all those cards out of your hand, right? Well, in theory, Max C would be a great way to counteract that, because now they're going to be drawing cards to essentially counteract the fact that the wind-up hunter would be ripping cards out of their hand. So, like, you look at it that way, and it's like, okay, that could be like a healthy application for this card. Because the individual cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the resource, and because the cards are so powerful, and they're free most of the time, just letting your opponent get a positive card advantage off of Max C, which means just letting them get a +1 off of it, typically you're going to be using Max C in a scenario where your opponent activates a monster effect to special summon a card. Remember this with Vanity's Emptiness, where you activate the monster effect to special summon, you can chain Vanity's Emptiness, it stops the effect. In the instance where instead you chain Max C resolves, the monster gets special summoned, and now you get to draw a card. Max C has replaced itself, so it's basically broken even already. Now your opponent is in this difficult position where they have to choose either one of two options. They either have to choose A, to continue pushing their advantage and try to basically just put themselves in a situation that they're going to let their opponent draw 30 cards and put themselves in a position that they hope would win the game or kill them after, but all the 30 cards that they drew didn't matter.
The fake CGB mix when he hears give your opponent 30 cards
to play out the rest of their turn. They pass the turn on a mediocre board, and now their opponent can just straight up kill them on the crackback because Max C essentially just allowed them to skip their...
Okay, I feel like... Hold on. I'm sorry. I have to ask. I feel like such an idiot right now. You said 30 cards. Are you telling me... I can't tell if trolling, because I'm that stupid. Are you telling me it's possible to, like, special summon 30 things in a turn?
It is theoretically possible to special summon even more than that, yes. And sometimes the way to beat Max C, or getting Max Seed, it's very rare, but sometimes the ways to beat this card is to deck your opponent out, because it is a mandatory effect for them to draw. So if your deck is capable of special summoning enough times to make them draw their entire deck, you can beat them with their own Max Seed. There are also some cards that form infinite loops that allow them to just keep special summoning the same monsters so that they get Max Seed, they can deck them out that way. It's very rare, but it can happen. But more often than not, what happens is, if the opponent takes what we call the Max Seed challenge, and they try to do as much as they can, letting their opponent draw as many cards as possible, the problem is that unless they kill the opponent on that turn exactly, the opponent's going to have, 10, 12, 14 cards in hand, and because cards are so individually powerful in Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's super easy. I mean, it's not even...
Wait, holy
it wouldn't even
shit,
be a
I'm
challenge
dead.
for the opponent who drew all these cards off of Max C to just kill you on the crackback, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! It is so easy to put 8,000 points of damage on the board, especially as modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Has progressed further. So,
hashtag everything's free!
Everything's free. Everything's free. And so, as a result, this is one of, like I said, the most divisive cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because some people see that it's good for the game because it stops these decks that are very special summoning reliant in order to put a check and balance on them. But other people just think it's incredibly toxic because whoever's firing the Max C, the opponent in that case is in a lose-lose scenario. They're either going to lose because they just don't keep playing the game and they end on a crappy board, or they lose because the opponent draws like half their deck and they're able to just kill them because they can throw cards at them without caring about card economy at that point, and they're just going to die anyway.
A good matchup.
So it creates this very toxic negative
I think that's
dynamic,
all I'm really
and
learning.
as such,
I mean,
the card is banned.
Still got me to try
it is actually
making the deck as good as I
only
can make it.
Currently,
I'm not
TCG.
sure if this is any
legal
better
in
than
Master Duel, our online client, and it is the most played card at a 95% play rate. And it's also legal in the Asian territories in the OCG.
I like it for what it's worth.
Absolutely
Let's test it out on the round.
Okay. Great. All right.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Special summoning is named very poorly. It's the most. That's what I learned. It's about the most unspecial thing. So, is it possible to play the game without special summoning, or is it just that baked into the game itself now?
I mean, if you're playing the Mystic Mind deck, you don't care about special summoning at all, because you're just playing Mystic Mind, saying a bunch of trap cards and spell cards, and just telling your opponent that they can't play the game.
See?
So you don't need to special summon.
Just need more people to play like that.
But my beloved Sash...
Just destroy this. Get this out of here. Okay.
I will say that in the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh!, and similar to some of the cards I've showed you historically, special summoning was considered special in the early days. And as the game evolved, it became the norm. So you would think, the terms could be flipped, but
I special summon my thing. I special summon my thing. I special summon my thing. I special.
That's literally how it is.
Call it summoning then.
Yeah, you would think so.
Okay.
But that is part of the reason why people like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that, again, compared to a game like Magic or other games, you are allowed to do a lot of things, even just from the get-go on your very first turn. And your opponent can also do a lot of things when you pass play to them. Granted, not necessarily are they always fair things, but I think that's one of the appeals of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that you are allowed to just play so many crazy cards immediately. You don't have to wait for this ramp up of resources. You just send it straight from the first turn. And I think that's just like a dopamine rush that a lot of people enjoy.
I honestly thought we're about to say that people like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because everything is special.
I mean, I could have.
You're all special, guys.
We are special.
You're all special.
We are special. We're special because we still play this game, to be honest. I don't know how we're still around.
Oh my
What do you think? What do you think of some of Yu-Gi-Oh's most toxic cards?
I learned some things about how games go. I still feel like I'm a total idiot with regard to some things like that. So I definitely picked up some stuff. As far as what you guys find toxic, it's like I guess I get it, because it's very much kind of like stacks cards in Magic, where the game, you just don't get to do certain elements of the game, certain mechanics of the game are shut off, which means you don't get that dopamine rush starting from turn one, casting a million things like you want to. I think I see into the mind.
I ordered this wrong. I'm gonna get punished if they have an early game defense.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout to patrons for all of their
They don't. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Please don't get a level 1. Fuck. Little light, crimson moon, calling to me. We're shadows and fog. Run away, heart beating alone. Never let me go. You said no sound. Sugar red, forever the vampire. Love, did you keep sweeter and more? You don't want to die, just let it go, no lie. Say, just promise me. Now that you're mine, come and quench my thirst tonight. I need more, drink your blood, taking a bite. Craving my lips on your neck just to sing. This is a vow, say it now. A royal love sealed with my veins. A fruit of my sin. Moonlight lights, shadows on your skin. Still I want you now. You're scared, but it's you. Don't waste me from the darkest of night tonight. Memories fading into the trees, like we're children lost in our haunted dreams. You'll never be alone. You whisper to me, promise I'll always be here. Oh, playing aggro, see. Bite too deep, giving you a love so sweet. If this won't last for long, let's float in madness. Don't betray your queen, promise me. Nights of bed, I'm out my mind, need you alive. Round and round the table spins. What do you want? Confess your sins, but I'll share with no one. You look delicious, smiling that way. Oh, just a taste. A sip, it's only a taste. memento mori.
Other black decks, that's Alpha's one weakness. I mill myself where Gucci. You mill me and then we have a very big problem apparently. Our weakness is if the opponent plays the game. I can take my time.
All by myself, raised my hand and sighed. A fright there at the end of this parched and
Gray sky, you're right. All that remains of those words left in my mind. They start melting, leaving nothing behind. I know that I must confess, I hated it, it was all pretense. The kindness I chose to make me seem much stronger than I was. I'm turning the weight, it's nothing more than a fantasy. I can't take it, I can't take it. Let me die, let me die, let me fade and quietly disappear. If I won't be forgiven, I have no regrets. But I wish, that I wish.
before I burn right down to the ground. Will somebody please stay with me?
Right, why can't you see? See that I'm right here.
A
Signs of the heart that is quietly breaking. I'm crying, my memories left inside this little room. I held them tightly in the silence of the night. I swear it's all a lie. I want you to stay right by my side. And every time I try to keep my thoughts inside of me, it's burning inside my throat. I'm losing my voice with every breath. I'll never make it. I'll never make it. I wanna cry, I wanna cry. All my little sorrows where we live inside. In a world where the tears fall like pouring rain. But I know, yes I know, I believe I'm alone. And the only one who isn't wrong.
Though I don't even know what is right.
at a time in a world where the tears fall like pouring rain. But I know, yes I know, I believe that after all, I'm the only one who isn't wrong. Though I don't even know what is right. Didn't they? Oh, they've used Lancelot to pay. Interesting. This doesn't feel very good. They're really desperate to deal a lot of damage right now, and I don't know why.
Memento Mori.
Why does it only target one leg and freezes it? They really think fucking...
Love always comes with a little spice, that's what I like. I'm using every trick I can find. Ha, round and round again, time goes by. Oh, it's a tight shot, but I know it's worth a try. Non-fiction loving got me so shy. Oh, forget it, now is the time. The lights come on at sunset. How dazzling the glowing night sky. Till I'm meant for us. Who's dancing?
Considering how easily they use the red for cost. It's a tiny revolution.
Even oil is laughing at me, but oh well, I'll be a poet and read you a song. The extraordinary things, let's praise these rare miracles. Just like a paintbrush, letting the street corners into fantasy. Cast an ice spell, you and me dream on. The whole world
We either win or lose here. Immediately. Outright, straight up. Yeah. Force it to a better habit situation. last thing has to be the recollect red thing. Well, or the blue one, that's also pretty good. Can I realistically lose here?
Can we wonder for a spell and live in parallel? I wanted to be true to be like you. My heart sings a chorus out of tune. And I could leave it on the shelf or keep it to myself, but nothing could conceal the things I feel, my love. Can you teach me to be real?
Wow.
Just to the end, nothing said the logic wrote inside.
Why does everyone play Sui like that? Where they give somebody else? Is that how Sui's worded, or am I missing something? No, you can target Sui herself. You can target the attacking Brave Signy to have the assassin frozen. And I guess that's the safer way to do it, I suppose. That might be the only reason. Anyway, Alpha level 4 is a little impractical in my opinion. Verily. I could try running a third defense. I can try bouquet making. I can also once again try Dark Whip. I'm leaning on using bouquet making. It's better to just embrace how aggressive the deck is. Makes it easier this way to use Purple Days.
Within the perilous depth of the misty forest, an ember blood pulsating and refusing to open. Just as I almost grasped it, just slipped away, and my trembling lips grow ice cold once again. My voice drawn by the loud rustling leaves, with my wish unspoken. Won't you set free the ever-repeating words spoken aloud, so they resonate as these emotions will surely come to light, shaping themselves into a resonant melody. Beneath the gloomy moonlight, helpless tears are falling. I still hope for a blooming spring, yet it remains unknown. Whether it's a protective veil or it can be a sharpened spear, these words will be a powerful melody. I sing aloud, will it reach you somehow? Memento Mori.
Arkwin has an eye patch. That is a really good start. Also, Arkwin's an angel. Of course she is. Arkwin is a... Oh, we're playing the new one. boss near. Annoying. Fan made. think Hades will be worth it. I feel like I'm better off just using Purple Haze immediately. Although the way I'm trying to play out this turn, I can't even do that much. Damn. Yo, they got Adam and Eve together. I don't get why Adam has the bigger boobs. Yeah, we win. Like all I had to do was rig the attack there.
What is this I'm sensing now?
Like glitch in the system. Something that I should have figured out again and again. Something to me to be lucky for a little bit of it. Cause I am used to doing just what I'm told.
Might this be from observing the
People who surround me might have picked out the qualities I wish to pursue. Like only capability of making wise choices on their own. Something that I'm not supposed to do. The fuck's going on? Oh, different opening, I guess. Oh, what the hell? Ricard and Tyree has different grip. I should update Archaea so I can play it during the commute. It's gonna be a long commute, that's for sure. Ah, fuck, I gotta disable Asgard. Analyze sensations. I realize that emotions can be heartbreaking too. So silly of me to be thinking that there's feelings of only happiness. I'm not expecting to be hurt as well. Much have known you're no longer around to fix my rusty heart. Should I speak out my mind? Should I cross the line and use? That's crazy. They're making you spend money and time now? Unlimited time events. Rewards. And use this newfound freedom to navigate my life. My life till the end.
Memento Mori.
We'll listen to one more song before I go. It's a karaoke stream now. Well, it's not even a stream, I'm not live streaming. Oh fuck, those are her boobs. I thought she was just really thin.
If by chance
I were to turn away and run away from the path I embraced, could the world still find its way? You and I, side by side, in a world that's crumbling, we stand upon, straight upon forevermore. I was on a different verse. From now on, all fates from sight fluctuates into the unknown. Those longing, the dreams we held so tight, now scattered like stars taking flight. Our light, so frail in the depths, so wallowed by the void of night, I stand alone. Freedom and takes its flight, till I remember from the depths of my heart. It feels like we're not to be, we would wander free. Oh, demons that would lie allure, they whisper words so obscure, they may unknown and yet revealed. The hidden depths I'd rather not explore, where seeds unfurl, roots entwine. Within the darkness they unite, flowers bloom, emerge in radiant attire. Girl, your attire's mid, echo far and wide. Into the void our spirits flow, but to nothingness they go. Notes of longing, the dreams we held so tight, now scattered like stardust taking flight. A light, so frail in the depths, so wallowed by the void of night, I stand alone. Dreams of olden hearts reside, to the next soul I flow. How do you even do that with a guitar? That noise, awesome. Found my friends to protect, how to uphold my fate, who unleash this fire's might. God's grace or demons embrace, black or white, true or false, I contemplate the core of me. Beyond the gate, as light near touched the sphere, I wandered in this void where hope it disappears. Doom spark ignite piercing night. Oh, night. The light heaven is defied. The desolate sky drains the light. I fly alone. Freedom then takes its flight. Till I remember from the depths of my heart, dreaming of joy faintly bright. It fades into the night.
Memento Mori. Without hope, so helpless, there I stood alone in the spotlight. So used to hating myself, I knew I had no choice to live with someone else. All this time I've been dreaming a beautiful doll. I replicas what I was. Standing on tiptoes, I've been dancing alone, wearing glass on my feet. All dressed up from head to toe, patches everywhere, I'm a living montage. Don't find the shape I take or who I should be. Spinning the kaleidoscope upside and down, I see someone else, a persona unknown. I can feel the fever seeping through my long frozen wounds. Even if my voice begins to break, I won't stop calling till you look in my eyes. Then the overdose cease to play. Absolute zero, see right through it. Won't you come and tell me who I really am? Bring back the feelings that I lost. Promise you won't let go. Let this passion by, but I won't slow down. If this is where it ends, then our paths would never cross this way. To me, you're a fantasy, tears are in disguise. Lost inside a labyrinth I can't seem to escape, but I found a hero persona unknown. Take my hands and help me break the chains that score me away. Oh, what a paradox, forever colliding. This one crazy mess of a world. Together, let's represent. Not a fiction, gotta jump out of it, breaking every boundary that separates you and I. Bring back the visions that I lost. It's time to set me
already wrote the synopsis.
Signal in the end of the play, sirens are ringing. Is this where we fall, where the fairy tale ends? Ending credits rolling, everything is fading away. Colors keep on blending, still someone uncertain. Nobody knows what color will show, but I know we will be okay. Absolute zero, see right through it. Won't you come and tell me who I really am? Bring back the feelings that are lost. Promise you won't let go. Like this passion by, but I won't slow down. If this is where it ends, then our paths would never cross this way. To me, you're a fantasy. Saves are in the sky.
Memento Mori. I'm walking in the early morning, carry emptiness alone. The hazy, fuzzy shadow is following. No one comforts me. My overflowing hope is already withered away. Only an empty heart remain here. It's so quiet here. I wish I could erase my memories, just keep it all from my mind. Sometimes I can't remember how do I breathe, but it's okay, I'll find a way to smile. Whenever you were nice to me, whenever you made me smile, I was so afraid of losing those precious moments. You always give me unconditional love, but I denied. I was running blind in darkness, trying to forget.
I wish I could erase my memories of all the people I have met. And I want to think that your love isn't worth believing. Could anyone fix my broken feelings? I've lost the will to live, but I'm afraid of dying. I'm on my own in this cold, empty night, and still here breathing. Even the brightest night feels like I'm trapped off by a digital night. Cannot believe it, cannot take it.
I was sure I could do anything. Never thought there were things to fear. Wherever I am, wherever you are, I wish I would ever bright and shiny chip of light. It's too late to know what you once mean to me. I knew tomorrow was a lonely way to build that tower. I feel alone with you now. I lost the will to live, but I'm afraid of dying. I'm on my own in this cold, empty night. I'm still here breathing, and now okay without you even not here. Claim the light is gone.
Memento Mori. Hated, rejected, and more. Unwanted, far from welcome. Frozen and all alone. A wild and thorny rose. No one knows when, but one day it found a spark of longing. And soon it learns to love. Whenever claims no cries. Face my sins, do it with good grace. Letting go the cold within. Whatever ending up picking up hope. A new path unfolds for even all. Taking control, giving my soul. I'm not who I was. With you, I know I don't have to lie anymore. No, nothing to hide, nothing to pride. This is my life, and there is no living it over. No shadow will stay. This thesis. May our days be free, full of laughter, full of peace. Even in the dark, may I be the God you see. Before, inside a cradle of war, the stork that brought me here flew off without a care. The selfish life that I hold, love and affection I got. I know I must go on to tell this tale unknown. Stake my life on all this madness. Eyes wide open, gotta fight it. Whatever evil, a beacon of hope, dancing along with the wind as it blows. Why can redeem? Won't let you leave, cause there is no doing this over, no shadow can stay. This thesis, say the days we weave, be full of laughter, full of peace. Even in the dark, may I be the truth you see. Memento Mori. What is that? Is there someone out there? Someone who's trying to come and save me? Or it's just my imagination? Oh no, maybe it's just the ice that's breaking and this endless cold that surrounds me, where nobody can hear my frozen thoughts scream. But then again, I must accept that there is no one who can hear me anymore. Must face the fact that I'm alone. orange sky shining bright outside my window. You were there in the field so carefree, while I was just inside feeling lonely. Still I wish I could bring back those precious moments. 'Cause even though we were so different, the only thing that we share is our love and our bloodline. I'd risk my everything for you, even my freedom. So I trade my liberty, I surrender for your safety. I would rather endure this cold and painful agony. Illusions in my head try to shatter this deadless misery. Please do know that I just hope that you'll remember me. Still holding on for you. Swallow my sorrow, my heart holds a shadow, but life must go on. Give me life, make me strong. Still looking for.
Nobody knows why I'm here.
This
I've
corner
told
of
the world.
Walking a lonely road alone, never know where it goes. Holding the pain that feels whole. I know the road is long, in the middle of the night. It feels like you're here. I can see my burden coming every day. Sometimes all those things make me feel out of sorts. I'm searching for the purpose, hoping for tomorrow. 'Cause I'll never know. Swallow my sorrow, heart holds a shadow. Life must go on. Give me life, make me strong. And I'm still looking for in my river, searching for love that I already have in front of me. And I know there's only my fragile heart has left behind. I've always told myself that even loneliness can create hope and strength. Try to hide in my heartache. That's how I live my life, lying to myself. In the middle of the night, I still think of you. Screaming out at the top of my lungs tonight. That's how I think the fear of losing you. Look out and break the mirror. I won't pretend to you, just tell me everything will be okay. I remember you were always by my side. Again, screaming out your name. Swallow my sorrow, my heart holds a shadow, but life must go on. Give me life, make me strong. And I'm still looking for in my river, searching for love that I already had in front of me, and I ignored. I'm still looking for in my river. I give up this I was want to see you know it. I broke your heart, free and cry. My heart now beats tears of regret. Clouds fly away. I feel this tonight.
Memento Mori.
I've just pretended. Can't trust anything, can't trust nobody else. I've dyed this world gray, that's the price I pay for what I've done to you. The colorless skyways down on me, the foggy lights, shadows are calling, left all alone. Oh, where should I go now? I'm just staring straight at the clouds. I plead and cry, call your name like falling thunder. Close my eyes and hear your voice. Can I just embrace you in my sweet memories? I won't say forgive me, words can't describe my heart. I'm wishing upon a star. Take me far away to where she's waiting for me. So I pretended before I broke, before I hurt myself. I fought the fearful days, even though I was so scared and trembling. Numberless cries way down on me. The foggy lights, shadows are fading. Even our memories were fantasy. The moon has disappeared once again. I sing alone, call your name like wailing thunder. Close my eyes and hear your voice when you feel all alone. Other places to go. I won't say stay with me, words can't describe my heart. I'll just dream of being with you. Take me to the place where my wishes will come true. Can you hear my voice? Call your name like falling thunder. Now I wipe away my tears tomorrow. I wonder how further I can go. I still regret that I couldn't say goodbye with a warm embrace. But I wish upon a star that I'll call your name till I can see you again.
Memento Mori.
want to live.
Here I believe on a street that connects our dreams.
At least wanna be
Somebody who brings a kind heat, who warms the grief you see. Though it seems deep, ever deep in my heart that grieves.
deep down in my voice that reads. That scar that you see, the one leaving young cows didn't me. If they remain every ache, finding us will stay. Let's wipe all our tears away. Each fade that will fade, I'll always take all your blame. Wait for your sake. Still as I stay, till it melts away, I will wait. There's not a wave or a change in the wind made. All the same, the mountain won't fade. Now I believe I can walk a bit through the grief. And it'll seem that our dream was all made complete. That night, when I fight to define my mind and my life, I wanna try deep down inside. Inside. You want you here by my side. You want your hand in mine. Know what you deep, ever deep in my heart that grieves. Deep down in my voice that reads. That path that you see, it only came to be. All the tears that we weep, still they remain. Every ache finding us will stay. Let's wipe all our tears away. You'll take all your pain, so you'll escape and leave someday. Deep, ever deep in a heart that grieves. Deep down in my voice that reads. That scar that you see, the lonely baby you gouged it at me. So they remain every ache finding us will stay. Let's wipe all our tears away. Each day that will fade, I'll always take all your pain. I'll pray away till your sake.
Once again, it's another day. Time has passed, I'm still here. Wonder how many pages there are left to pursue. So strange of me to be questioning what lies ahead. Cause I never worry about things happening far beyond. Now each time I
something that I never would have done. As I lived life, earned wisdom, now I'm moving forward, giving back. Even though I will fade, rusted and worn away, I can feel my heart beating around, passing through the night. A trembling melody echoes far for someone's sake of mine. It beats and resonates through to share out loud. Though it's painful to rest, keep holding on. My heart tightened to trust. Through the seasons, the leaves will fade, stems run dry, roots decay. Taking hands of the clock will keep on turning around. Us energy of dynamic movements, constantly breathing out the song, keeping track of what the future holds. My weakness may lead me to lose hope, but my spirit remains strong. Despite the loneliness, despite the agony, I know that my fate will lead me to where I have to be. So please remember that dreaming impossibilities can keep your spirit alive. Keep that in mind. Trust in me, dear. Oh, I feel like moving, soon rusted, worn away. Out of me, my heart, my body will someday fade to dust. The warmth of memories, I'll hold them close, so they never fade. Now I know I'm not alone.
Memento Mori.
Yo, what's up? Wait, hello? Yo, hello? Yo, come on. Fuck!
Speaking stream of tipsy heat seeming to serve themselves as a hit of rock and bleed. See me wish and dream that I'd only just receive a piece of pain there. Keeping to a bypass everything so fighting stupid lies, swimming in a suit I find it, throwing up the things I hide in archive. Choosing that and I driving aside and earn my face right eye. Never mind, wanting back and rolls all the time. Managing to keep the rhythm and myself to people 1, 2 steps as I go and keep my girl beating. Now it seems I see him in a weed, only losing green, shine that it beneath spot 6. I'm hoping for me off at the super life, testing for jobs to find it all, not arrive at the time I'm meant to try and I've lost all my phone and all my mind. you speak to me, big as can be. And I think it only seems that you always seek to deep pleasure conversation, probably in between man and woman. Don't you agree? I think we'll see if you can hit me with your heart. I think around that you bring flowers of bread and say blooming in every place. I'm a girl who's brain they wanna blow away.
That annoying song is under copyright anyway.
Hello.
It's that creepy little girl. Let me guess, you just want ice water and not buy anything.
I want gummy bears.
We don't have gummy bears.
Then I want gummy worms.
We don't have any gummy animals.
Then I want gummy plants.
We don't have any candy. We serve pizza.
Can I have a candy pizza?
No, just normal pizza.
What is a pizza?
It's food.
Can I wear it like a hat?
Yeah, sure. Go nuts. Just buy something or leave.
I want to order something.
Okay, what kind of pizza do you want?
I want a hamburger.
We don't serve hamburgers.
Then I want a burger ham.
Flipping words around isn't going to make it magically appear. We only have pizza.
Then I will take a pizza.
Okay, what do you want on your pizza?
On my pizza.
You can put different ingredients on a pizza.
What kind?
We have 2 different menus. On the right is for humans. On the left is for yokai. Since you're a Satori, I guess you can pick either and it won't seem weird. Unless you pick pineapple, which is derided by both species.
Can I put gummy bears in it?
I told you we don't have gummy bears.
Then can I put bears?
Do you mean bear meat? Or are you saying put a literal bear on top? Knowing you, it's the latter, which is a no, but I wouldn't mind a bear coming in here and killing me right about now.
Then can I put gummy?
I don't know what you mean by that, but nothing in our menu is gummy except for raw pizza dough and the cheap dollar store pizza sauce that Shimada forces us to use to cut costs, yet still charge an arm and a leg to the customer. Sometimes literally. Can you please just stick to the menu?
Can you read the menu for me?
Alright, fine. Do you want pizza sauce?
No.
Do you want cheese?
No.
Pepperoni?
No.
Sausage?
No.
Green peppers, mushrooms, capicola, olives, bacon, eyeballs, the last customer who drove me crazy.
No.
You just rejected every topping we have. You practically have only the dough at this point.
I thought you were going to give me a pizza.
That's what I'm asking. What do you want on your pizza?
Oh, is that what it was? I thought that was your shopping list.
Will you please stop fooling around and tell me what you want on your pizza?
Can I have a pizza on my pizza?
So you want 2 pizzas?
No, I want 1 pizza with pizza as its topping, and I want it in a box made out of pizza, being served by a being made out of pizza. And then I want to become a pizza and everything I touch becomes a pizza.
And then I eat the world made out of pizza. And also a Diet Coke, also made out of pizza.
And then she just made her a pizza. Here's your pizza.
I didn't told you what I wanted inside.
It's a surprise pizza.
Oh, like a present.
If it gets you out of here, yes.
It's empty.
That's the surprise. It's an invisible pizza.
An invincible pizza.
Yes, whatever you want. Just get out of here already.
Okay.
That kid drives me crazy. Last time she came in here, she left a live cobra as payment.
Oh, I forgot to give you a present.
I don't want any of your presents. It's the dog.
Wait, shit.